Hi friends, welcome to English Study Point. Today in this video lecture, I am going to discuss comparative analysis between Ernest Macintyr's play Irangani and Sophocles' Antigone. So let's first discuss introduction about Ernest Macintyre. He is a contemporary playwright. He migrated to Australia in the period before Civil War that took out between or that emerged between Sinhalese community as well as Tamils, and he is of mixed origin, being a Berger descending from Dutch colonials and Tamil natives. He has written and produced several sensitive plays in English and also on intercultural problems since the late 20th century. Now let's discuss about this play in a more detailed manner. So this essay is fully titled as Irangani semicolon, a tragedy of our times after the Antigone of Sophocles, published in the year 2012. Dramatist Ernest Macintire sets the frame of reference for comparative criticism by making the Greek classical tragedy Antigone his intertext. This means that this person or dramatist utilizes the Greek classical tragedy Antigone as an intertext to establish a framework for comparative criticism by referencing Antigone. Macintire provides a foundation for analyzing and evaluating other works or texts in a comparative context. And also, we see that themes, characters, conflicts, and narrative structures present in Antigone serves as a reference point against which other works can be compared. He highlights that there is close affinity between the sounds Antigone and Irangani. कहने का मतलब हुआ कि इन दोनों प्लेस के टाइटल की साउंड्स आपस में मिलती जुलती है, विच लीड्स टू ओरिजिन ऑफ द आइडिया टू गिव दिस play its name. So he tried to showcase that there is a perceived similarity between the sounds of the names Antigone and Irangani. This phonetic parallel or connection between the two names may have sparked the idea in Macintyre's mind to choose Irangani as the name for his play. And also by emphasizing the closeness in sounds between title of these plays such as Antigone and Irangani, Macintyre suggests a linguistic or symbolic link that influenced his decision in naming the play as Irangani. And also there is conscious imitation and drawl from Greek drama of the 5th century to begin with. कहने का मतलब है कि अर्नेस्ट मैसिंटायर ने इस पर्टिकुलर प्ले का नाम इरानगनी जो है कॉन्शियसली उन्होंने ग्रीक ड्रामा से इमिटेट करके इस पर्टिकुलर प्ले के जो नाम का जो टाइटल है वो इंटेंशनली रखा है ताकि वो ग्रीक ड्रामा के साथ कंपैरेटिव एनालिसिस हमें बता सके कि किस तरीके से उन्होंने कंपेयर किया है अपने खुद के क्रिएट किए हुए टेक्स्ट को एंड साथ ही साथ एक ग्रीक ड्रामा की ओरिजिनल टेक्स्ट को. तो उन्होंने इस पर्टिकुलर प्ले का नाम और टाइटल इस तरीके से रखा है ताकि कंपैरेटिव एनालिसिस हो पाए. Female protagonist Antigone has held the imagination of writers in diverse cultures in the 19th and 20th century, prompting them to explore conditions of our times. कहने का मतलब हुआ कि जो डिफरेंट कल्चर्स में राइटर्स एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, जब भी वो अपने वर्क्स को क्रिएट करते हैं तो उन्होंने एंटीगनी जैसे कैरेक्टर को अपने वर्क्स में शामिल किया. अलग अलग नामों से ऐसे फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर को अपने वर्क्स में जो है पोजीशन दी या फिर स्पेस दिया, ताकि राइटर्स ने इंटेंशनली ऐसा किया ताकि वो अपने टाइम की कंडीशंस को लोगों के सामने बता सकें कि किस तरीके की कंडीशंस एग्जिस्ट किया करती थी. तो दैट्स ये सोल रीज़न था कि एंटीगनी जैसे कैरेक्टर को डिफरेंट राइटर्स द्वारा जो कि अलग अलग कल्चर से बिलोंग करते थे, तो उन्होंने अपने वर्क्स में ऐसे कैरेक्टर को शामिल किया ताकि ऐसे कैरेक्टर को क्रिएट करके वो अपने टाइम की कंडीशन को एक्सप्लेन कर सके, लोगों को समझा सके। The original context of the Greek play has an autocratic king who comes to power by sheer accident because the other claimants die in an internecine war. In such types of play, we see that there is a sudden gain or sudden rise to power. And what is this internecine war? So this is a kind of war in which there is a conflict within a group or nation where members turn against each other, which often leads to intense violence and deep divisions. And this type of war occur due to factors such as power struggles or rival factions. His decree is to throw the body of Polynices, who waged a war for the throne of Thebes with his usurper brother Eteocles, and died in the battle to the violent vagaries of nature with no ceremonials. This means that King Creon decrees that the body of Polynices, who fought against his brother Eteocles for the throne of Thebes and died in battle, should not be buried or given any funeral rites. Instead, Creon orders that Polynices' body be left exposed to the elements, and this particular thing showcase Creon's rigid adherence to law and punishment. One woman dares to defy King Creon. She is Antigone, the sister of Polynices, and she is niece to the king. So, this particular thing describes Antigone as a woman who bravely challenges King Creon's decree regarding the treatment of her brother Polynices' body. Antigone is Polynices' sister and also the niece of King Creon, making her decision to defy the king's orders even more significant. Antigone's act of disobedience sets the stage for a dramatic conflict between individual conscience and state authority. The king blocks her attempt to give her brother a proper family burial and goes on to order her execution despite her being betrothed to his son Haemon. So, what this particular thing showcase that King Creon prohibits Antigone from burying her brother Polynices and ultimately sentences her to death, even though she is engaged to his son Haemon. This decision highlights Creon's rigid enforcement of his laws and his prioritization of state authority over personal relationships or familial obligations. McIntyre creates out of this accident story a critique of the way modern states operate ruthlessly, suppressing their own citizens more ruthlessly than the totalitarian states of Europe between the two world wars. So here, McIntyre first of all uses the ancient story of Antigone to critique how modern states can harshly oppress their own people, sometimes even more ruthlessly than the totalitarian regimes that existed in Europe between the two world wars, and by drawing parallels between the actions of King Creon in Antigone and the behavior of contemporary states. McIntyre raises concerns about the abuse of power, the stifling of dissent, and the imposition of authoritarian rule within modern governance structures. In this play, he makes Sri Lanka the locale and conflates different incidents of insurgency by different racial groups in different periods against the state authority of independence Sri Lanka since the 1960s. So, first of all, Ernest McIntyre sets this particular play in the locale of Sri Lanka, and the playwright here combines various instances of insurgency by different ethnic groups in different time periods, and also he showcases instance of post independence which starts from the 1960s. So, the play likely explores the theme of conflict, resistance, and social upheaval in a post colonial context, depicting the challenges and complexity of insurgency against state authority in a diverse and divided nation like Sri Lanka. Messentire crafts a modern day tragedy centered around a woman, Irangani Jai Veera, who dares to challenge and admonish President Raj Karuna for not allowing her to give her brother Robert's body proper funeral rites. So here, first of all, we see that Messentire, by imitating elements from Greek tragedy called Antigone, he crafts a modern day tragedy which is totally focused on a woman named Irangani Jayavira, who bravely confronts and criticizes President Raja Karuna for denying her the opportunity to perform proper funeral rites for her brother Robert. And this confrontation likely serves as a catalyst for exploring themes of power, authority, grief, and resistance in the context of contemporary Sri Lankan society. The play seems to delve into the personal and political consequences of Iran Ghani's defiance against an oppressive regime, which again highlights her quest for dignity and justice in the face of state oppression. He was one of the thousands of activists or sympathizers of a revolutionary movement taking on the callous state apparatus. He was killed by the police at the height of the youth uprising. So we see that he was a member of a revolutionary movement challenging the oppressive state machinery, and he, along with many others, supported the cause of youth uprising. Tragically, we see he was killed by the police during the peak of the unrest, which symbolized the brutal suppression of dissent and the sacrifices made by those fighting for social change as well as justice. The irony is, after the brother and sister lost their parents, they have been staying with the president, who is their maternal uncle. The president turns down Iran Ghani request because the body of his nephew shall be dealt with in the same way as those of other rebels. So, here is a total irony we see in this situation, which lies in the fact that after the siblings lost their parents, they found shelter with their in the home of their maternal uncle, who also happens to be the president of the country. However, when Iran Ghani appeals to the president for permission to conduct proper funeral rites for her brother, who was killed as part of a revolutionary movement, the president refuses. The president's decision is based on his stance that his nephew's body should be treated in the same manner as those of other rebels, which indicates a complex mix of familial ties and political considerations. This conflict likely underscores the tension between personal relationships and political obligations, as well as the harsh reality of dealing with dissent within the ruling regime. What Creon considered legitimate 2000 years ago in Greece, the same is echoed by the government of Sri Lanka in decree by Gazette notification in 1983. This line suggests a parallel between the actions of Creon, who is a character taken from ancient Greek literature, and the Sri Lankan government in 1983. In Antigone, Creon's decree that Polyneices should not be buried was seen as unjust and oppressive. Similarly, the Sri Lankan government's Gazette notification in 1983 may have mirrored the oppressive behavior by imposing laws or restrictions that were considered unfair or illegitimate by some. And the comparison here highlights the enduring nature of struggles for justice and power dynamics across different historical and cultural contexts. Sophocles here fuses all events into one appalling spectacle of thousands of dead bodies of deprivileged Sri Lankans in the single body of the Greek traitor Polyneices in Sophocles' play. Similarly, he conflates the Greek figure of Antigone with the Sri Lankan female figure of Iran Ghani, who tries to argue with the president of the state. What we see here in this line is that here he draws a parallel between Sophocles' play Antigone and a hypothetical scenario involving deprivileged Sri Lankans and a female figure named Irangani negotiating with the president of the state. In Antigone, the dramatic climax centers around the conflict between Antigone and Creon over burial rights, leading to tragic consequences. The reference to thousands of dead bodies of deprivileged Sri Lankans embodied in Polonices highlights the magnitude of suffering and injustice, and by linking Antigone with Irangani engaging in a conversation with the president, the comparison underscores the themes of power struggles, moral dilemmas, and the clash between individual conscience and state authority across different contexts and eras. Here we see the president. The president here in this play called Irangani, unlike King Creon in Antigone, points out that the rebels showed no mercy to a woman victim. कि कहा जाता है कि इस प्ले के अंदर प्रेजेंट ईरानगनी जो कि एक प्ले है, इसमें प्रेजेंट एक प्रेसिडेंट वो कोई भी मर्सी यानी दया नहीं शो करता है वुमेन विक्टिम के लिए. So here we are get to see the conditions of women, that they are not shown any kind of mercy, neither their demand is fulfilled by the authorities. Messentire, as a Sri Lankan Australian, in using his diasporic cultural location, launches a critique of larger issues such as the onus of modern state, its use and abuse of legal and military apparatus, and the adversarial positioning of dissent and rebellion within such a political framework. This line highlights how Messentire, as a Sri Lankan Australian, leverages his unique cultural background outside of his home country to offer a critical perspective on broader societal issues. Specifically, he points to how he examines the responsibilities of the modern state, its manipulation of legal and military mechanisms, and the ways in which dissent and rebellion are viewed within this complex political context. By drawing on his diasporic experiences, Messentire is able to shed light on power dynamics, governance practices, and the treatment of opposition within modern states. Sophocles casts his story in the form of a tragedy with Greek drama and is a sort of family tragedy. Messentire has cast his play as a tragedy with a protagonist sent to her death, but her dying also raises troubling political questions. So here we see Sophocles' story was structured as a classical Greek tragedy focusing on a family's downfall. In contrast, Messentire crafted his play as a tragedy where the main character Irangani is sentenced to death, but her demise also brings attention to complex political issues that challenge the audience. The comparison highlights how different authors use the tragedy genre to explore various themes and circumstances. Messentire also invokes the Aristotelian concept of tragic catharsis, in which is affected by clash of differential views on justice, legality, and rights stemming from violence and terror. So, in his work, Messentire references Aristotle's idea of tragic catharsis, which involves a release of emotions and purging of feelings through a dramatic clash of opposing perspectives on justice, legality, and rights that arise from acts of violence and terror. This concept suggests that by experiencing these conflicting views in the narrative, audience can achieve a sense of emotional cleansing and reflection. Then with this video lecture ends here. Hope this video lecture will help you in your exams. Thank you.